We want to continue with matters water security, and Kangundo Member of Parliament Fabian Mule urged President William Ruto's administration to stop the ongoing plans to build dams and pump water from the Indian Ocean and Lake Victoria. Quite interesting, right? Well, he's here with us, and this is the conversation that we want to have. Thank you so much and good morning. Thank you for joining us here on News Center.
Thank you. Good morning.
All right, so talk to us about this. You called it a special petition just a few days ago. Maybe you could start by elaborating the petition and where the idea came from.
You know, like this country, what is happening? Every ward, they are demanding for bores, and others are pushing for dams. But now see where the country we are. Over 20 years, we have spent billions of money to build dams and drill bores. But if you do a pilot research about what is happening, there are no water in those bores because the water table has gone down. It is true everywhere now the water table is very far down. Even the bore drillers, they're telling you it will be very expensive because they have to go deeper. About the kind of dams we're having in Kenya, historically, every time we talk about billions of lodging dams, but we never one day go celebrate a dam which has served people more than 5 years. I'll give you an example of Kimwere Dam. It has been a story of billions of money, which has never happened. Twake Dam now is 13 years, talking about 31 billion, which we built a dam. Then now when we built this dam, our expectation is to get water from the river. Now at the present, when we are speaking, we have an emergency for water in this country. And it's not a joke. People are dying because of poverty. Animals are dying because of water. So the water issue now is the economical war. If we don't treat it like economical war, we are not going to solve the problem. So what is the present solution and what is the permanent solution? Is it that we continue drilling many bores? As many bores we are going to think drilling, the more we are going to force even the water table to go very far and far. Is it that we continue spending billions of money by building these dams? But this is here comes the solution. These dams, we have to wait the rainwater. You cannot go now a larger Rift Valley like Kajiado and the lower eastern and tell them, I want to drill bore for you. Because already the existing bore, they cannot accept the bore which are there, they don't have water. What is happening in these people of Katundu, not only issue of land, they have seen there is no water in that river. So when will that water come? But now when we do the research all over the world, what other solutions do we have? We have Lake Victoria, water is there. We have Indian Ocean, water is there.
Sea levels are actually rising because of climate change.
Yes. So now we asked ourselves, are we going to risk our farmers? They lose all their livestock, they lose all their land without water, and then again all the farmers, also we in urban areas, not only people in rural areas, they need water for farming. But people in urban areas, especially in Nairobi, 40% we are using sewage connected water. 40% Nairobi people. You can tell them the water they are showering with, they are getting from the water bores as well, they don't know where it's coming from. What if we think a permanent solution now? What if we come up with a permanent solution? That is where that petition, when it came to the parliament, the petitioner requested for more boreholes to be done through the ward areas. But mine, I came to see this petitioner, it is the wrong time to encourage Kenyans to think about bores. If you go to Lake Victoria, over 15 kilometers, people are crying they don't have water. Why? Because government, or maybe people given the opportunity, they are not thinking Lake Victoria water can be used. When you go to the news, they tell you that lake water is not used. The people in Lake Victoria, they are swimming that water, they are washing their clothes there, they are using their utensils there, and they are carrying the same water to use in the house. Then we put in the news that it is not good for human usage. When you go to Mombasa, again, many people in Nairobi, they go to Mombasa. When they go to Mombasa, the water in Mombasa, we go swimming. They come back, they tell you that water is salt. It is salt because you tested this. Did you died? Why? How did Kenyans came to know that? The water in Mombasa is salt. Did they read it somewhere? Again, in that water in the ocean, there are fish. They are inside, which people go fishing and they eat that fish. So it means that water, even they salt, there's life in that water. But the water which is life is good for human consumption. So if we see what other countries they are doing about the issues of water, this water, people are saying it is expensive. It is expensive because we have not tried it. It is expensive because the cartels who are making billions of money by importing machines to drill bores and dams, they want to continue doing their business, becoming billionaires while others are suffering.
Yeah.
There are also people in Nairobi and other areas, they are becoming billionaires by supplying sewage water to Kenyans. So this cartel, they cannot believe this as a permanent solution. If this country gets water, and the people will get the solution of the stomach of the food, Kenya will go to second world.
Okay, but Mheshimiwa, you know, the problem with Kenya is we're never short of good ideas. It's the implementation. If this petition was to sail through, how do we ensure that it is rightly implementation? And let's not even forget the cost of it.
Actually, I understand it is true. There are too many petitions and motions which have gone through Parliament.
Yeah.
And to be honest, Kenya is among the countries which has passed many acts. We have too many laws. And we have many programs which are happening in Kenya without any law. But there are many laws which are made, but not operational. So that is now the confusion within our constitution and the implementers. But my take is to caution, request Kenya Army. They take this program as what they can give Kenya. We are in the war of economics. It's the high time we need to recognize that there will not be physical war anymore in the earth.
Yeah.
There will not be this attack by guns anywhere. But the economical war will be within the human beings. We are in economical threats. It's the high time we task our security departments. They are our big men. They are everywhere. They are everywhere in terms of intelligence. They know everything. It is the high time we give them opportunity. We need to stop building minis of water building in town. We need to start using that money to bring pipe. If today we task Kenya Army, they have the machinery, they have the manpower. They need only the small capital which has been used to buy this dams, machine and water fuel, and the pipe will be here.
Yeah.
Some people, they are saying it is expensive. Kenya Pipeline, they brought their oil from Mombasa. They brought their oil from Mombasa through the pipe. If the oil has come, why do you think oil and water, which is basic need in human being? This is the first concept I've seen. Also, this when we this proposal, I set it as a submission in Parliament. There are people who went negative about it.
Yeah.
But I understand anything new cannot be accepted easily in the market. Anything new, even all the invention which has come in the earth, they look like funny things. The guys who brought flight, the Milton Wright brothers, the first time in 1800 when they say that they are going to make flight, they were supposed to be sued because they are bringing a substance which will fall down and kill people. But in 1902, they emerged with airplane moving. So now the best travel industries, air travel industry, and the fastest one. The guys who discovered the cars, they had a lot of challenge by the time Carl Benz was telling the Germans, he can make a car and use oil from the desert. Every Europe questioned that, how can oil come from the desert to Europe? That oil you are asking come from the desert to Europe is the same oil now we are using in Kenya. Not only went to Europe, now is in Kenya being used. If you see the fiber, it has passed through that ocean. It is here in KTN. We are using it.
Yeah.
So let's remove this impossibility of saying that cannot be done. It can be done. It's on that we need to accept, put it in the table, analyze it, do logistics of the country. If we analyze the logistics of the country, if the water can be piped and we have centers for desalination of the water, desalination of water is very easy. It requires psychology of osmosis. Actually, even before we think a big commercialization supply Kenya with ocean water, the Indian, they have made small machine for desalination water. They are selling even $2,000. The people in Mombasa, even they can buy that machine, compress their water and use in house usage. So they are so $2,000, $3,000, you can buy your machine for reverse osmosis. That is the desalination oil done. So because we are doing commercial, we need that only to buy the machine and to have the senders. The water coming from Mombasa, We make senders. When we make the senders, that is where we can do purification of the water.
Yeah.
And we'll have solved the problem of agriculture, we'll have solved the problem of water usage, and again, we'll have solved the problem of electricity. Every time, electricity becomes expensive because there's no water. Now they are selling 25 shillings per point. It was 18 bob. They are telling us because there is no water, the dam has gone down. If to build a factory from partial electricity is expensive, we have existing factories of electricity. But what about pumping the water again from ocean, put in those dams, and give people cheaper electricity? Also, that one we cannot do.
You know, Mheshimiwa, people tend to judge what they cannot understand. And it's what you said, you know, even earlier on, when different inventions were coming through, so many people did not understand. But with time, people get to understand the benefit of it. But you talked about something very important, and that's long-term solutions. As it is, what we're facing in our region, we've missed 5 rain seasons. The 6th one is still unpredictable. Water levels have gone down. We're seeing fires in forests. All these are, you know, what we would be depending on to get water. So just to sort of divert, just for a few minutes, the issue of long-term solution with the ongoing drought, do you think we are taking the right steps towards fighting this drought?
No, to be honest to you, like there is no one with the contract of rain. There's nobody can come tell you, my contract with the rain come next week. My contract with the rain come next year. It might even go 5 years. There are countries in desert, they stay even 7 years, no rain. So when we now say that we are expecting the rain 3 months, 2 months, 1 month, are we going to live as human beings, people with brain, to be predicting rain, to wait only the rain to come? So we cannot, you cannot as a country bank with unknown. We must have a specific point where we are saying, from this point we are walking point A, going to point B. So it is the high time we say that rain will come. God has been giving us rain since I was born. So we cannot caution him, why are you not giving rain now? The same God who is giving rain is the same God who is making the sun to come. So he has his own thinking. Maybe I'm not that deep to understand why it came to be dry, why it came to be rain. But here comes me and you and the other person in Kenya who are suffering. Are we going to bank on what, the rainwater, or to bank on the water which we can see?
The one that we can see.
Yeah.
All right. Still on the issue of water, you know, as it stands right now, I think around 28 million Kenyans lack access to safe water. We are equally saying this number could go higher because of the situation that we're in. But let's talk about the preparedness. How is our preparedness from where you see it as a member of parliament?
Historically, the speed which this country is running away, direction which is not going to make the economy move. Kenya, we are a third world country. And being a third world country, we are putting everything for politicians. We forget they are technocrats of this country. The moment we need to use our technocrats, this country will move. All politicians, they are being taxed like the MP is supposed to do that, the MC is supposed to do that, the government is supposed to do that. We need to tax these other government organs. We need to tax them in terms of human sociology, human economical factors. Like, for example, many countries, they are used to their big guys. The big guys in this country, you cannot run away from our army. These guys, they can help the country, given the chance. We cannot say that they have the knowledge of us, they know everything, they know every corner. And actually, we always think like politicians are the ones who are supposed to drive this economy to the other one. There are some things this country, their basic must be done. One is water, second is infrastructure. Second is infrastructure. The moment we forget thinking like the Chinese who are coming to build the road here, the moment we stop thinking they are the one who can build super highways, that is the time we realize that we have also people who can do it. But they always ask, they are running us to come and build. But that is not the issue. We need to ask, what is the priority? Was it a priority to build a superhighway in Nairobi to do decongestion, or there were other factors we should have followed.
Yeah.
If we wanted to decongest Nairobi, we can say that let's remove all the government offices from Nairobi. If you take the Minister of Education to Kiserian, take the Minister of Greater to Joska, take the Minister of Foreign Affairs to Kiambu, take the Minister of Agriculture to Kikuyu, build small road along the road, super good roads. All the development along the road will come. Many people, they always come to town center chasing the government offices. So you'll have spread the country economy because of planning. Just a one city, you spread the economy wisely, you collect more revenue than just thinking to build this super highway at this edge of this country. So that's why we say that Kenya people have good ideas, but we do what is called mixed confusion in terms of implementing the priorities.
Yeah.
If we want to decongest Nairobi, you cannot, Kenyans, we want to decongest Nairobi, not to bring cars in parking Nairobi. By telling that you don't bring cars in Nairobi, we are not telling people you want to collect the parking fee. You are saying that you don't have money. You want to collect the parking fee, and you are telling people not to bring the cars in town. We are decongesting. You need to think on terms of planning. What is making many people come that place? You spread the product you are making people to come. Then you leave just town center for commercial business. Nobody, it won't be that busy. So it is high time this country, we consider the other units of government to work with them in terms of making this country to go the second one.
Yeah.
Kenyans are very educated. Kenyans are very educated. But today will be tomorrow, the other day will be the same. So it is the high time we have preparedness about the planning and the economy of the country. The person who is in Turkana, the person who is in Kajiado, the person who is in Kangundo, the person who is in Nyeri, he need to feel the tarmac load like the person in Nairobi.
Okay. And that's why you are elected, Mheshimiwa. You know, we need people like you to bring that change that is much needed. So then what's your next step?
To be honest to you, I'm pushing first the agenda of water. I'm having another agenda which I have to push in this country. We are spending a lot of money. This will be my next topic. They'll call me a name they want to call. We are spending a lot of money to go to buy waste of European countries. Fertilizer is made by our waste, stew from other people. While if you go to Kayole dam side, our waste is full there, which we can tax administration police. They can go back the fertilizer and make the gas for the country. Gas and the fertilizer is made from waste, animal waste, human waste, fruit waste, those things. So imagine taking billions to go to buy people's waste in the other countries. What about this billion? You tax one organ of government. You tell them, you have to be productive. You have to be productive. Give that budget to administration police. Tell them to go to Kayole. They will chase all those cartels sitting there. They go away. That dam side will come a fertilizer and we have a gas.
Okay.
Yeah.
So allow me on live television to tell you that we're going to hold you accountable for this.
Yeah.
We're going to see
yes.
So in a few weeks or months, we'll call you back and we talk about, so what progress have we made? Because this is for the good of Kenya.
For me, to be honest to you, to me, the only room I have is Parliament and this one and the other one. The law in this country, the jurisdiction of this country, a member of Parliament is only taxed maybe to talk, maybe to bring the ideas. But there are, I'm telling you, there are big guys somewhere who wish they can buy these ideas. They can spare us a table and tell us, how do you think administration police can make a fertilizer and gas in this country? They can make. Why? It is another government. They can make. If you go to E3 Airport, E3 Airport is built by university in London. Yeah, is organization built university. If organization in other countries, they build universities, they build airports, why not give government this budget rather than sending direct to Europe to purchase and come to give our people? Gas, up to now Kenya cannot make a gas. Gas is made by waste. Just a compressed machines.
All right. Okay. So in a few weeks, we'll continue this conversation. But thank you so much, Mheshimiwa Kangundo, Member of Parliament Fabian Mule there. it's quite interesting. You've left me with a lot of questions that I'm actually thinking about, which is a good thing because it means you're picking my brain. So thank you so much for making time for us. We'll have this conversation a bit later on in the year.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Watching News Center, we take a break. We'll be back shortly with more news updates.